Well, we're obviously gathered here today on a very solemn occasion. 19 years ago, we saw tragedy strike here in the United States. And in some ways it woke us from our slumber and made all of us recognize the dangers that are out there in the world, the dangers presented by people who wanted to destroy our American way of life. And I think in this time, one of the things that we need to make sure that we remember is the importance of how unique we are as Americans, that we have the right to speak and that we have the power in our vote. But I think the most important thing that we need to remember is the humanity in each of us. We unfortunately are living in a time where too often we are talking past each other, where we are vilifying others that don't share our particular views, whether it's on politics or policy. That's a lost opportunity to come together. And I think if nothing more on this day of all days, we need to think about how we can continue to build community, to build bridges toward each other, over which we can travel to others and they can travel to us. So I'm humbled to be here, remembering the sacrifices of so many. Members of the Chicago Fire Department and police departments, our EMTs, they went to New York. They went to help the fallen brethren. And that showed, I think, really the essence of who we are as Chicagoans. We need to honor our first responders. We need to honor their sacrifices. And we can never, ever forget the tragedy, but never forget the lives that were irreparably changed as a result of what happened on 9/11/2001. I'm happy to take any questions that you have.
You were in the federal building that morning?
I was actually driving on my way to work. I was a federal prosecutor at the time, and I remember very clearly being by the Mural building on the Kennedy driving into downtown, and traffic was unusually slow. And I remember thinking something's going on. At that time, I spent my morning listening to sports talk radio. But I turned over to one of the news stations and then started hearing the news of what had happened in New York, that there were planes missing, and then subsequently the Pentagon and obviously in Shanksville. But yes, I went into work that day as a federal prosecutor. I had court that morning, and I remember appearing and the judge saying, you know what, let's continue this. There are bigger things that are happening today. No, it seems remarkable that it's 19 years ago. It's hard to fathom that passage of time. It really feels like it was much more recent. And you know, next year obviously will be the 20-year anniversary.
And your earlier remarks were thinking of a time when the country came together so strongly.
Well, when you think about it, right, we were divided on a number of fronts that time. I think not as bad as we are now. But it really showed a time when we were galvanized as a country. We came together, we put aside partisan bickering and really focused on what was important. And we're really, I think, able to move together in a way that we really haven't seen for a very long time since. I hope we can get back that spirit. Even if it's for a moment, we need to rekindle that spirit of community.
Any more questions? All right, thanks, guys.
All right, thank you all.